أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلا تعجبك أموالهم ولا أولادهم إنما يريد الله ليعذبهم بها في الحياة الدنيا وتزهق أنفسهم وهم كافرون ويحلفون بالله إنهم لمنكم وما هم منكم ولكنهم قوم يفرقون لو يجدون ملجأ أو مغارات أو مدخلا لولوا إليه وهم يجمحون ومنهم من يلمزك في الصدقات فإن أعطوا منها رضوا وإن لم يعطوا منها إذا هم يسخطون ولو أنهم رضوا ما آتاهم الله ورسوله وقالوا حسبنا الله سيؤتينا الله من فضله ورسوله إنا إلى الله راغبون صدق الله العظيم. Continuing with the qualities of the munafiqun, the hypocrites, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world gives to those He wants and does not give to those He wants. Giving or not giving is not a proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rida and His acceptance, His happiness with yu'ti man yasha and yaqdir ala man yasha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to who He wants and does not give to who He wants. If He gives to someone, it doesn't necessarily mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy with them. It can be istidraj, it can be ibtila, it can be a test. Istidraj means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives rope. It allows people to go in and see that what will they do with this. And not giving also, that's also not a reason that if Allah ta'ala didn't give someone, that means He's not happy with them. Bilal radiallahu anhu, how much did he have? Nabiyyuna sallallahu alayhi himself before the futuhat, how much did he have? Most of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they were fuqara, they did not have. The Quran al-Kareem calls them fuqara. إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين, or those that do hijrah and they are most of the muhajirun Sahaba, they lost much of what they had because of hijrah. So having and not having, then the opposite as well. Just because someone has something in this world, Allah Ta'ala has given them more wealth than others, that doesn't mean to say that Allah is not happy with them either. And it's also possible Allah Ta'ala keeps back from someone because He is unhappy with them. So merely looking at what's in front of who has, who doesn't have, no one can make this judgment. That this person Allah is happy with, this person Allah is not happy with. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the Muslim community that if you see that the munafiqun, the hypocrites have something, let this not stir your admiration for them. Don't admire them for this. That, oh, they have this, that means they must be doing something right. This happens often in the ummah, that if people see that in a certain nation or in a certain people, in a certain community, now they are climbing the ladder of wealth and they're getting more things, right away some people start thinking, oh, maybe what they're doing, everything they're doing must be right. Anything they're doing, that must be the right way forward. That's not how you gauge something which is right and wrong. The amount of material a person has does not speak to what he's doing is right or wrong from a Muslim perspective, from an Islamic perspective. Maybe from a worldly perspective, to some degree you can say that. Purely dunyawi. But if it was purely dunyawi, then where's the iman then? The very essence of iman, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, we have an akhirah, we have a jannah, we have a jahannam. So then what's the difference between the mu'min and the non-mu'min? If you also are that short-sighted and see that, oh, because XYZ leads to certain material success in this world, that's the right way forward for the Muslim community as well. That's a complete wrong approach. We have to look at through the lens of akhirah. So the Quran al-Kareem is telling the Muslim community, the Sahaba anhum, that فَلَا تُعْجِبْكَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُم, whether it be wealth, whether it be children, whatever you may think that this is something of status or of greatness in this world, don't let this take your admiration for them, allow you to think that what they have is this is something which is good. إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives this ni'mah, no, it's not ni'mah for them at this point. This ni'mah is what we call now niqmah. So water is, we say something ni'mah, right? It's a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You drink it, you use it to clean, etc. But the same water, if it's not used properly, then this can become something of punishment. It can become a problem for a person. The person who's drowning in water comes into the ship, ask that person, is it a ni'mah for them? The one who's being waterboarded, is it a ni'mah for them? It's not a ni'mah for that person. Why? Because it's not in the right place. So these means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given, if it's used properly, then ni'mah. The same thing, when it's not used properly, then this is niqmah, it's ibtila, it's a test, it's a burden on the person. It's no longer a ni'mah and blessing for this person. It becomes a proof against him yawm al-qiyamah. That Allah ta'ala gave you this, you had this, and you had this, and you had this. More of this. On top of that, you did not obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them this. What will be in store for them? لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ فِيهَا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Even, forget the akhirah, even the hayat dunya. How? Morning to night, the only thing this person is thinking about, if I have 100,000, how can it become 200,000? How can 200 become 400,000? Sometimes if you sit and think that a person who has $1 billion, and then they say such and such person has $200 billion, and this person has so many, what kind of mentality this person must have that after having so much money, he wants to get to what changes in your life from $1 billion to 200 billion? Really nothing. In fact, you're putting more hours and more effort into this. And you have more concern now. How can I make sure? So it's no longer even enjoying that money. Many people who have far lesser are able to enjoy what they have than those people that have much more. I mean, someone who needs to get to 200 billion, can you imagine what kind of life they're living? That's not a life. Read the people, their story. That what kind of life they live. Some living, staying in their office, waking up. At night they're having meetings. This happens. They go through social problems, family problems. Why? Because it's a craze now. It's a craze. They're drunk. They're intoxicated with money now. So إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَ بِهَا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Even in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it a means of adab for such people. This type of intoxication for wealth. More money, more things. How can I be looked at as more? That's all. Every moment of theirs that goes in, what does someone say about me? What do people think about me? Do they make sure that I'm considered to be the top one? And as soon as they see that someone has a little more, so how do I compete with that person? That's adab in this world. You can't even enjoy your children at that. You can't even enjoy the wealth that you have. وَتَزْهَقَ أَنفُسُهُمْ وَهُمْ كَافِرُونَ. And their souls will also be wrenched out in this state that they are kafir. وَيَحْلِفُونَ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّهُمْ لَمِنْكُمْ. The quality of the believer, of the hypocrites, that they will take oaths that wallahi we are with you. إِنَّهُمْ لَمِنْكُمْ. They will take oaths that definitely we are with you. وَمَا هُمْ مِنْكُمْ. The Quran keeps saying they are not amongst you, they are not from you. وَلَكِنَّهُمْ قَوْمٌ يَفْرَقُونَ. Rather they are. Why do they show this hypocrisy? One reason, as the ayat will reveal, is because they fear from you. They fear that how you, Muslimun, will deal with these mushrikun if it becomes clear that they're shirk and they're plotting against you. لَوْ يَجِدُونَ مَلْجَأَ. This is the quality of the munafiq. That if they are able to find any other refuge, if they can find any place where they can hide, meaning aside from you, because right now they need to appease you. The Muslim community in Medina, now you are gaining in strength and power. So now to make sure that they stay on your good side, so to say. They want to show that they are on your side. Any goodness that comes, futuhat come, they want to partake from that as well. So how will they do this? Well, they have to conceal themselves amongst you. But had they any other chance, that if any time they can escape, go somewhere else, find refuge, shelter somewhere else, they'll go over there. That's the quality of the hypocrite. Wherever the wind blows, they go. They see this party is winning, so we're with you. In colloquial, say they join the bandwagon, right? Anyone, this team is winning, these candidates, or we're with you as well. Sometimes blue party, so we'll put our eggs in this basket. Sometimes this party, so we put our eggs in this basket. Integrity is what makes a man a man. Integrity, principle, that is what will be appreciated. Anyone who is munafiq in any society is not appreciated. Any society, there's nothing specific with Islam and Iman. Anyone who has hypocrisy, whether it be in a Muslim society, in an Islamic society, in non-Islamic, no one says that, oh, these are good people, these are hypocrites. Hypocrisy in itself is a terrible quality. Why? Because today they're with you, tomorrow they're against you. In fact, they're worse, because as soon as you turn, they'll do something against you. Integrity and principles is what the Muslim, the mu'min should live by. Not seeing apparently where there's some success, they got one win over here, a little bit, these people are becoming popular, let's also join this. Let's also see what's in it for us. No, have integrity, be principled. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us as well. لَوَلَّوْا إِلَيْهِ وَهُمْ يَجْمَحُونَ. They would run towards it and bolt towards those things, and then they will forget about you. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَلْمِزُكَ فِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. More, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is exposing the qualities of the hypocrites over here. That the hypocrite didn't even leave the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's their madness and craze of wealth and things. That they would slander about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That, oh, did you see how he distributed the sadaqat that came in? The wealth that is being distributed. Sadaqah, zakat, these things that are coming in, these wealth. The Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the rule in principle in fiqh as well, that if a person, someone who does not have, in general they may have a right towards it, but specific individuals have no right. Meaning, if there are 10 people who are poor, if you choose to give to 5 of them, the other 5 can't say, why didn't you give to us? But this is how much we had. These 5 came first, for example. So we gave, or these 5, they were more in need, so hence we gave to them. Or these 5, they did more service for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so hence we gave preference to them. The munafiq, what is he? He thinks he has a God-given right in everything. So they slander about you as well. يَلْمِزُكَ فِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. That's also another quality of the hypocrite. That his hypocrisy does become exposed in a way. He himself will expose his hypocrisy. What's in the heart, somewhere or the other, some way or the other, it does come up. Somehow, somewhere, it comes up. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَلْمِزُكَ فِي الصَّدَقَاتِ فَإِنْ أُعْطُوا مِنْهَا. If you give to them, then they're very happy. As long as they get something, they're very happy. But if they are not the direct beneficiaries, you say, oh, these are terrible people. These people, they're not good. That's also hypocritical. Just because you don't directly receive something, you can't say a system is wrong. You can't say the entire institution is wrong. You can't say all of these people are wrong. They're bad. Why? Because that means the gauge for goodness and badness, according to you, is as long as you get something. So if everyone has that kind of mentality, then that everyone thinks that only they should receive, you can't make yourself the nucleus of the world. That as long as I am happy and I get, then this is good. If I don't get something, then it's not good. فَإِنْ أُعْطُوا مِنْهَا رَضُوا. If they receive anything from it, then they get happy. وَإِنْ لَمْ يُعْطَوْا مِنْهَا إِذَا هُمْ يَسْخَطُونَ. Then they become wrathful, they become vengeful. وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ رَضُوا مَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ رَسُولُهُ. As long as, if only that they were pleased with whatever Allah and His Rasul had given, or if they didn't give, they didn't give. If it was little, then you're happy with that. وَقَالُوا حَسْبُنَ اللَّهُ. حَسْبُنَ Allah. Allah is sufficient for us. This requires tawakkul. Tawakkul requires tawheed. But the munafiq is void of that. So how is he going to say Hasbunallah? Hasbunallah. Allah is sufficient for us. سَيُؤْتِينَ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِ رَسُولِهِ. Soon Allah will give to us from His fadl as well. Rasul also give to us. Have hope in the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If not this world, then the hereafter. Inna ilallahi raghibun. Indeed, we are hopeful from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the mu'min's approach. Inna ilallahi raghibun. That we have raghbah and desire and hope, and we expect from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, then in the akhirah. This is tawakkul, and this is trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We make dua that Allah ta'ala gives us the understanding of the Quran.